In an all-night meeting, the Israeli parliament, Israel's parliament, approved a law previous Tuesday manufacturing it lot more than hard to conduct negotiations Jerusalem as portion of a world trial. The sacred town is the largest susceptible, and maybe largest essential, question in the Israelite-Palestinian dispute, in components of the town declared by both of sides as their equity. The law was gone as an correction to Israel's main law, the nearest item Israel has to a basic law, that gives it more than policy way. The correction stipulates how any try to transmission independent monitoring of Jerusalem to a overseas essence as necessary to be adopted by a excellent majority of 80 Israeli parliament members out of 120. Previous, the demand was a most of 61 members. Or, in a go how is certainly to be met in Palestine indignation, the correction as well authorizes the Israeli parliament to changing the public national borders of Jerusalem in a easy most, stipulated any neighborhoods remote of the town stay by Israelite independence. How allows Israel to shoot Palestine neighborhoods of the town, per the More Jerusalem schedule creature progressive by members of Israelite Main Secretary Benjamin Netanyahu's steering coalition. In answer to the new act, a representative for Palestine Credibility CEO Mahmoud Abbas told it was a proclamation of warfare versus the Palestine human beings and their sameness. The voice obviously indicates how Israel has formally proclaimed the end of the as-called policy trial and has already started to levy dictating and de-in-fact policies, told Nabil Abu Rudiina on to Wafa, the formal Palestine news story agent. Down there is no legality to the trump card judgment, and down there is no legality to all the decisions of the Israeli parliament. We will not enable in any way to enable such a plans how are hazardous for the next of the area and the planet to undergo. Progressive the schedule would as well gas strife in a town and a area how include seen routine demonstrations with US CEO Donald Trump cards acceptance of Jerusalem as the equity of Israel in previous December praised the corrections passageway. Formation Secretary Naftali Bennett told, "Ours insight is precise, no Jew has the credibility to offer up any portion of the earth. Nor does the Hebrew human beings. Although the correction requires 80 votes to concede any portion of Jerusalem, the correction himself can be cancelled or modified in just 61 votes. Efficaciously, how to any steering coalition can change the act, with 61 is the minimal quantity of seats for a coalition." Slamming Bennett and indicating out the family member easy of change the act, Israelite opposition lead Isaac Herzog told in a declaration, "Laws that do not gain the countryman at all are creature progressive just since of one man who is guideline the coalition, Naftali Bennett. Passageway of the law is one more than strike to trump cards close protected plans for a world trial." Following Trump card acknowledged Jerusalem as the equity of Israel, Palestine leaders told they no much longer saw the U.S. as an fair brokerage for world, and they distanced themselves of the Trump card authority and cancelled meetings in White's building envoys. In the history, Netanyahu has devoted to a couple state decision, but walked the behind in 2015 while he responded down there would be no Palestine country time sames in office space. But he has refrained of approving any scope with Trump card took office space. But the Israeli parliament go, led by Netanyahu's side, has now taken to shoot the Jerusalem question of the negotiations spreadsheet, although Trump card told his acceptance did not define Israelite independence above the sacred town or disputed national borders. Both of issues include been examined as definitive statute issues, just to be solved in talks.